all the local schools that you usually hear the media talk about, LSU, Southeastern, which is my alma mater, which I'm happy about, ULL Raging Cajuns, UL Monroe Tulane, even Southern, but you never hear them talk about the Grambling State Tigers. The one thing you have to talk about with Grambling State, and most of these schools, you have to highlight their quarterbacks, of course, and I'm going to do that for Grambling. Miles Crawley came in as a transfer from Alabama State, thrown for over 2,000 yards for Grambling State last year, and I think he's going to play very well again this year. I think Grambling's going to be in their conference. I think Grambling has a chance to win it. I really do. Truly. They might make it to the Celebration Bowl if they put it all together under new head coach, Mickey Joseph. Mickey Joseph, once upon a time, was on LSU's coaching staff. And he was the wide receivers coach for the LSU Tigers. But then he went off to Nebraska under Scott Frost. I almost said Matt Rule, excuse me. Under Scott Frost, and then he was named interim head coach of Nebraska. Then some legality issues happened with Mickey Joseph, and he was out of football for 2 years, and now he's the new head coach of the Grambling State Tigers after they fired Hugh Jackson after a couple of seasons. I don't think Hugh Jackson's a great head coach. I think he's more of a better offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. As for Mickey Joseph, I am rooting heavily for Mickey Joseph because he's a local product. I mean, he's from Aurora, Louisiana. I mean, he's a Nebraska alum, so, I mean, he got the coach at his alumni at Nebraska. I think Grambling is going to fly underneath the radar in their conference. I think they could win the SWAC. I really think they could win the SWAC because if you look at the SWAC right now, you look at the teams. I mean, you have Texas. You have Jackson State for one. You have Florida A&M. Those are the two schools in the SWAC that you have to watch out for, of course, is Florida A&M and Jackson State, of course. But I really think Grambling can compete with them. I truly, truly believe that because Grambling is in the Western Division of the SWAC. Jackson State and Florida A&M are in the East, but I think Grambling can win the West. And I love the Bayou Classic. I watch it every year, and I think Grambling's going to win it this year. So, the Celebration Bowl, I mean, that's the HBCU or Black National College Football Championship, and I think Grambling is going to win it this year. They have a chance of making it there if the things I hear when it comes to Grambling are fairly great when it comes to what Mickey Joseph is putting together in recruiting. The recruiting class he's putting together is he's doing a fairly well job. And I really think it's going to depend on Miles Crawley on offense. The defense, they've had a few members. I mean, Lewis Matthews went off to the HBCU Legacy Bowl. Sundiata Anderson, he's now in the NFL with the Seahawks. But I think they have the potential to win the SWAC, especially the East Division, and meet up with either Jackson State or Florida A&M in the Celebration Bowl. So, well, I mean, honestly, scratch that. I think they're going to meet in the SWAC championship with either Florida A&M or Jackson State. The Celebration Bowl is the SWAC and the MEAC. So they might meet. They might meet a really good team in the Celebration Bowl, but I think they have a chance of making it. It's been a long time since Grambling has made it for football, and I'd like to see it. And I highlighted Grambling more than I highlighted the other teams, but I just want to say I think those other teams I highlighted, Miami and Duke, are flying under the radar, but I really want to talk about Grambling because you don't hear Grambling get talked about enough anymore. I mean, I know Eddie Robinson has passed on and those days are long gone, and Doug Williams is no longer there as a quarterback or even a head coach, but I think Grambling has just such the potential to win the SWAC and make it to the Celebration Bowl should they put it together this year. And they have not won a national title since 2016. It's been a few years since they've done so, but I think this could be one of those years. Well, you guys, this was a great episode of Sports Étouffée. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this YouTube show all across the social media spectrum and all across the social media algorithm that you guys have. You can find me on Twitter at thesoulman57. And you can follow Sports Étouffée's Twitter page at Sports Étouffée. You can find me on Facebook. Just search my name, Logan Graffia. With that being said, you guys, this has been Sports Étouffée. I'm your host, Logan Graffia. I shall see you guys next time.